Why are PulseChain coins going up? Why did GIF do a 10,000x? Why did HOA go 100x against Pulse? Why did Orange Man Good do a 77x? Why did PDI do a 5,000x? Why did Na and Peach and Pear and all these other amazing things? Why are they cranking? Why did Solid X do like over 100x pump? Why? Friends, listen. If you ask every PulseChain community member why, they will probably not give you the right answer, but they'll just tell you what they think. And they might say something like, oh, well, because they can, or they're just better, or I just like it, or it is what it is, or they're just bored. Some people will say, oh, it's just pump and dumps. That's each individual person, but there is a wisdom of the crowd. There's a wisdom of the crowd. If you take this picture, that's what I'm doing, friends. I'm not looking at the leaf. I'm looking at the whole forest, okay? And what the forest is saying, it's saying that the meme coins, the altcoins, the subculture communities, everything you want to call them, the altcoins on PulseChain, the strong ones are being priced higher because people within PulseChain are strong hands and they are front-running the weak hands coming later on when speculating Richard Hart forces an Altseason deep in the bull market. Okay? So individually, no one's going to tell you that. No one will say, hey, we're actually front-running all this. They're not telling you that. But if you look at their actions speak louder than words. They are buying meme coins and they're not, look, of the strong meme coins that we all know and love, not the pump and dump grifts, but of the strong meme coins, they're sticky. And they're still sticky in the community. They are not letting go of them. By the way, this is nothing new. This has happened in Shiba Inu. This happened with Doge. This happened with Solana, Dog with Hat. This happened with Pepe, right? Landwolf is in the process of doing it. Landwolf on Ethereum 615, the Divine Plan. So he's in the process of doing it. They're front-running a crowd in the future. The strong hands are getting in. But if you, in PulseChain specifically, what's going on? You can see, friends, there might be a Richard Hart Altseason later on because he has 170,000 Ethereum. And at $10,000 per ETH, that's $1.7 billion. Now, back in 2021, Avalanche was able to cause a season with like $400 million or something, or $500 million. So this is a sizable amount if we can get there. And so what people are doing now is the market collectively, it's pricing in the future. Now, it's not at the future because you can only get those high prices when the weak hands come in. Weak hands, non-believers. Okay? Right now, we're all strong hands. We are. You know it's hard to bridge into PulseChain. You know it's not listed on any exchange. You know you can't withdraw to it from Binance or Coinbase. You can't withdraw to it, friends. You got to do the manual, clunky way, very, very little bridges. We know that. So we know for a fact there's a lot of gatekeeping. There's eyeballs that aren't on there. They just don't want to look at EVM. They're not even in the vicinity to think about EVM. They're looking at Solana and these meme coins and trying to follow Ansem to the 19th cat coin. That's what's been happening, friends. So we know it's early here. So that's what people are doing now. We're going into the strongest stuff. Because remember, I'm not saying, you know this, right? There's a lot of stuff. 1,000 meme coins get minted all the time. There's a lot of junk. There's a lot of ones, noble efforts, but they're just not sticky enough. The idea is just, it doesn't capture people's hearts and imaginations. Like PDI to $1, right? Or the Tangang and all the fruits. Very colorful imagery, right? Or Solid Hex is a benevolent whale. Now he's got like an aura about him because the guy's got $50, $60 million to blow pretty much, right? Or Hexy Bastards, giant eggplant, 9-inch eggplant. And the poor pleb, right? Maybe it's sleeping. And Mr. Gipcatcher and Alex and Magic Beard, right? You see that? These things, friends, they're strong. The communities in there are strong, very, very strong. And they're creating basically these roads within the city and they're reinforcing everything. You can't get this in any other chain, by the way. They have other unique ones out there in other chains. But this is the ones that we know. This is our competitive edge. So that's what we're doing here. Now, of course, there's a lot of unknowns. People will say, well, why aren't the prices up so much? Yeah, because the weak hands aren't here, man. It's a speculation game. We don't know. We don't know if this is ever going to happen. We don't know. I'm just saying that the odds are it does happen. And I can see it in my mind, friends. I can see it in my mind, right? Firstly, you know what else I can see? I can see you. I can see a friend over there watching. But look, why can't I see it in my mind? Friends, I was here in 2021, man. I saw a whole cycle play out, and I saw all these coins pop, and yet I still saw a lot of people who were wrecked so much they had to FOMO in at the end. They had not retired yet. By the way, they weren't wrecked. They just had not retired yet, so nobody exited. And they would eventually obviously go to bankruptcy or get destroyed because I would keep gambling at the end. So these desperate people, weak hands. I believe it's going to happen again. The cycle's repeating again. Eventually, friends, bull market plays out. We hit euphoria. And then the euphoria goes sideways. But these people, friends, as the anxiety part starts to come in because the dopamine's been taken away, people get still desperate. They're like, I haven't retired yet. I've got to get in here. The money's moving in. They're not going to think about PulseChain and Richard Hart and all the bad things that they think about in the past 3 years. They're just going to see, oh my gosh, this guy's got $1.7 billion. He's rotating money in. I better get in now. It's my last ticket out of here. My last chance to win. That's what I'm playing for. That's what everyone's playing for. So once again, friends, if you ask each individual person in PulseChain, they're not going to tell you this, okay? They're not going to say I'm doing it. I'm telling you, that's what the market footprints are saying this. They're saying, we are the strong hands now, right? We are building something great. We have the core coins, great, okay? Meme coins are now fulfilling that other part. They watch, friends, you got to understand, PulseChain, what the community's been able to do is amazing because instead of rolling over and crying like every other chain has, PulseChain we watched Solana have a 5-month Altseason. We watched it and we observed it. And so what the communities in PulseChain did, they go, guess what? We're going to make coins that don't rug because all your Solana trash, uninspiring. Wow, you put a hat on a dog 15 times. Boring. What about, oh, now we're on to cats. Boring. You see that? It's just because there's monies there. We know they're better. They're more flashy, different cultures, different languages, all thrown in, new and old, original stuff, taking stuff, tweaking, everything coming to life. It's all mushroom popping. It's a city popping up, okay? PulseChain know this. And the amazing part is they've been able to do this and watch and observe. Now, of course, there's going to be the people who are defending the temple saying these are all pump and dump trash scam. You're all going to zero. Yeah, man. But truthfully, child friends, it's better to assume that so you are skeptical because don't just think someone just launched a coin tomorrow, it's going to go up forever. You got to find the strong ones. That's what I try to do is I cover the strongest ones I can. I try to cover them and show you like Dick with Butt, HOA, PDI. Look at this strength. Look at the market's doing, friends. It's not your friend Sommer here. It's bigger amounts of wallets, bigger people. They're holding the line here. You see this? It's a price action of the market. It's a footprint of the market. That's what I'm trying to do and investigate. And I show it here to you, right? We look for cheap prices in them as well. So the wisdom of the crowd, it's amazing, isn't it? And it makes sense now. Makes sense. It's crawling up. It's crawling up. These things are pricing up because they're not dumping down. Like, why would you sell Orange Man Good, the Donald Trump coin? Why would you sell that 90% down? It's only 1.3 million market cap. Why would you sell Dick with Butt below a million market cap? You know the community's got it. You know everyone loves it. You see? Teddy Bear's still 23 million. Like, why would you sell Teddy Bear 90% down when you know B Roots has 86,000 followers and he likes it? You wouldn't. You see what I mean, friends? What we're doing is we're showing you, oh, wow, there's not many weak hands here, actually. A lot of us strong hands. It means we're still on that part where we're closer to the early stage than the late stage. We're not the earliest. Obviously, that'd be last year, right? So we're seeing these things move along. Eventually, though, what's the end game, friends? The end game, friends, once again, I'm going to confirm to you, I am looking at a friend right now. We're going to play some nice gentle angel music. Friends, the end game, yes, everybody has to dump. But not everybody will dump. That's it. It is. But look, it's sad, but it's also a triumphant victory because who is your exit liquidity in PulseChain? Who is your exit liquidity in all these others? It's literally retail, non-believers. But in PulseChain, friends, I'm going to tell you something that I learned from 2021, right? Deep from a memory bank. The top signal, danger, warning sign of the PulseChain sacrifice and PulseX was the fact that haters were getting in. Let me repeat. The PulseChain and PulseX sacrifice dangerous warning point in 2021 to let you know that the price was too high was that the fact we had non-believers, hater scum sacrificing. People who hated Richard the whole time. They just want to go in and dump. By the way, we've also seen price action. The one guy put in like 1.8 million, dumped up. A lot of people put in, friends, 500K to 1 million who just hated Richard Hart. They've never spoken about him, never said a good word about him, ever. They just got in and want to dump on the community. And guess what? They dump for a loss. They get out or a break even or whatever. And they just call it a failure and move on. Good, get them out. So this is what we're playing for. You want to know, what's the thesis? All right, we're leverage on Ethereum. Yes, PulseChain is leverage on ETH. On that rotation, many people outside of PulseChain, maybe they're connected to 10 other chains. They're in Ethereum layer 2s, they're in Solana. They're going to come and chase it. They would have played the whole cycle. They still haven't retired yet. They've been seeing screenshots and P&Ls of $4 million positions, and one guy turns 10 grand into $5 million. They've been seeing stories of this build up, and then the big exciting time comes when the final euphoria comes. Hopefully it lasts a long time, but you know it doesn't last forever. Eventually, though, friends, that makes them anxious. The fear, friends, it's fear. This is my cycle. I've got to retire. They start acting like that, friends. They start wincing. Low testosterone. It's the fear. Like that, all right? What are they going to do? That's what I'm thinking in my mind. Okay, what someone who's a low testosterone beta male, right? Or like just a girl with like pink or blue hair, you know what I mean? Just yelling about caterpillars and stuff. What do their actions do in crypto? So we know it's a danger sign. We know what they do. First, they got a big mouth. They talk shit about us the whole cycle. That's one thing. But also, number two, at the very end, right? Now, the market doesn't come out and say to you, hey, this is the high price. But towards the very end, they bridge in. They start bridging in. Your friends, we're probably going to see tweets and videos saying, I was wrong about Richard Hart. We're going to see these people saying that, right? Because you're going to see, when that season, if it appears, right, a few people will make it. They'll be really successful. They get in early. And then they'll probably be euphoric. To be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm missing out on this the whole time. This is the greatest thing ever. I feel so amazing about all these communities and stuff on PulseChain. Richard Hart defending rights. Thank you for fighting for the corrupt SEC against them. Thank you for doing all these. Thank you for fighting for decentralization and privacy. Once that emotional stuff from haters appears, that's when you know, oh, I guess we've run out of the buyers. You know, friends, you got to imagine a stream of people. On one end, people who love and adore Richard Hart and PulseChain, right? Maxis. They love their cult worshippers. That's okay, not a derogatory term, just cult worshippers. There's cult worshippers in Bitcoin and Ethereum, okay? There's a cult worship here, but on the very, very far end are absolute haters, okay? And in the middle is the balanced people. The cult, everyone's in. Everyone's in, we know it, okay? But as the prices go up, and the memes get more sticky, and Dick with Butt keeps doing circles around, and Mr. Too Spooky and everyone is like producing amazing things out here, and the community keeps powering on, and PDI gets closer to $1, hopefully. As that happens, you know, the cult people, it's rubbing off on the people in the middle, the neutral people, because they're like, hey, you know, like, I'm seeing a season appear here, and this thing is cheap, and they're looking at other valuations, and they can see it, they start coming in. But at the very, very, very end, friends, the absolute haters, they're the ones who finally come in. And that will be our signal, like, hey, wherever the price is, I don't know where the price is going to be. I don't make price targets. That's it. Could be 5x from here, could be 2x from here, could be 100x from here. I don't know. 100x, hope 1000x. I don't know. No price targets. I'm just telling you, that's the end. The end is the haters finally coming in. Could be CZ, Binance listing. Could be, I don't know, friends, Cointelegraph starts making I Love Richard Hart stuff. I don't know, just anything, something, whatever it is, just be ready for it. Altcoin Daily, we don't know what it's going to be, but I'll throw some ideas out here. Something. You're going to hear it, okay? And that's our cue. That's our cue to go, I love this. It's been a beautiful journey. It's been great. Buying the depression, selling the euphoria, okay? So that will be our cue to know that. Remember, friends, if you sell, you're not saying it's bad. You're not saying anything negative if you sell. You're just saying, Based off the people I can see around me, I don't trust them. They're non-believers, man. Now, they're nice people today and they're cheering and they're making artwork and tattoos. But what you'd be saying to yourself, and I'll be saying to you, is look, I'm looking to my left and right and I'm seeing people who I didn't know existed 3 weeks ago. These people weren't talking about Richard Hart at the bottom of the corrupt SEC attack in 2023 when your friend Somi was pumping out 5 videos a day telling you the corrupt SEC is a corrupt piece of trash institution and they're wrong. And to buy the depression, they weren't here. They weren't here at all. You know what I mean? They weren't here at all. They were too scared to say Richard Hart's name on camera. They were too scared to talk about PulseChain and Hex. They were too scared to post the Hex chart because it'd been ravaged 98%, 99% down. They were too freaking scared. And now they're cheering it like it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Okay, friend, that's the switch. And that's when I'll be saying, man, where we are, I just don't trust these scum. And yeah, I'm going to call them scum because when the prices start to dip, their dopamine in their brains, it's going to drop. And then they're going to come to their senses. Like, wait a minute, I don't like this. I don't feel good. That's when they start the selling. That's when you've run out of buyers. That's kind of how you know. Okay, so I'm visualizing this in before, friend, just because you never really know. But there will be these signs trickling around everywhere. The good thing is, friends, why I'm so confident now is you never be 100% confident. You always have this 1% fear, everything goes to zero. That's okay. But there's no weak hands, man. There's no weak hands. You see what I mean? Like, where are the weak hands? Hey, friends, honestly, think about it. If PulseChain drops 50% today, do you think I'm going to make a video tomorrow going, well, this is the straw that broke the camel's back, guys. We got nothing useful here. It's all useless. No. See what I mean? That's how you know we're all strong hands. But if PulseChain was 40x above day one sacrifice, I'd ask you, hey, if PulseChain drops 50% from that point, do you think the bull market's over? You see, that's a completely different conversation. We are not there yet. That's how you know, hey, we're closer. Hey, who's weak handy, right? Do you trust these people, friends, when you're up higher? Let's show you a chart, right? Right here. So this is the Pulse price. Yes, this is the PLS price. Let's put it on a log chart, friends, the log chart of COPE. So right here, yeah, man, I've got no problems with anyone here. Who cares? But I'm going to show you a different scenario. What if we are literally 50x higher today? We are 40x from day one. They're up here. See this blue line? That's 40x day one sec. If we are eventually up here, all right, I hope we are one day. We don't know. We ask a question though. We go, do you trust these people who bought at 10x and 20x and 30x above day one stack? Do you trust them to hold when we do if we do this? Do you trust them to keep holding and holding, or do you think they become more of a concern? That's the type of conversation you want to be having because that means most of the journey's done. All right, but for now, you get to see, man, these PulseChain altcoin communities, everyone in the system, we are front running all the Richard Hart Altseason wannabe FOMO people in the future. The market's smart. It's front running them in the future. Now, obviously, you still want to get a good price, but now at least you know what you're playing for. I'm your friend. Like, subscribe, belly button, or catch you soon.